Oh, happy Friday. It's 9 o'clock on the dot, and we are already having a full stream of traffic right here in the studio. We got a busy 9 o'clock hour for you guys. And before I get into that, format note, we're going to do local news at the top of the 10 o'clock hour because we have a lot to get to right here in the 9 o'clock with the Alton VFW. They're coming in to talk about a few more things they're working on, but they also brought in Tim Brown and Dan Bowler with them. And this is going to be a really great conversation. The Fly-In Festival over in Bethalto is a huge event. It's been going on for 26 years. And this year, tomorrow, you're going to have a chance to see the Global War of Terrorism Remembrance Wall. That's going to be on display, so we'll talk with them about that. But before I go any further, oh, and by the way, Applefest, they have their pretty much staple event really in the community. You know, I feel like in the fall time, and we're going to get Oktoberfest on too with St. Mary's, it's those two events that have always been there. You know, it's always been the constant for that fall event lineup. But let me tell you something. I got up, you know, not really early, but about 7:45 whenever, you know, alarm goes off and you're kind of, you know, getting the cobwebs out, and I go to the bank to cash a check. I have a PSA. If you are not ready to handle the drive-through at the bank, get out of the line. I was at the line for the bank at least 24 minutes today. I got there at 8:17. I didn't leave until 8:45, and then you have to sprint down, you know, and rush down into the studio. And it's all because people just weren't prepared. It's like we all know how the drive-through works. This isn't a chance for you to air your customer service, you know, grievances through the telling machine. All I know, it was one of the most frustrating things. So that's all I'm going to say right now. If you go to the bank, please just have your stuff prepared. It took everyone that had their checks ready, that had their, you know, deposit slips ready, it took them 2 minutes. But everyone else that decided they were just going to take their sweet time and they were going to, you know, argue with the teller, way too much, way too much. And actually, it was one of those things where it's like, wow, what else is going to happen? I have to go play golf this afternoon, and well, I have to go play golf like it's a job. And all I'm thinking is, Lord goodness, please do not start thunder and lightning during my round, because I think this is the day I'll get struck by lightning. But hey, do want to do a couple of local things while we have 2 minutes of your time before we get Alton VFW back on in studio. And that's that follow-up to the shooting on Ridge Street. Alton Police on Thursday, we are going to hit this local news story because it was kind of breaking, that and this other story. Alton Police announced Thursday that charges have been issued against Anthony N. Keltz of St. Louis in the shooting that occurred on September the 12th on Ridge Street at Quincy Court in Alton. The Madison County State's Attorney's Office filed the following charges to Anthony Keltz of St. Louis. Count 1 was aggravated battery with a firearm. Count 2, unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon. The bond has been set at $250,000 by the Honorable Judge Heflin. And Keltz is not yet in custody, and anyone with information as to his whereabouts is asked to call the Alton Police Department's Criminal Investigations Division at 618-463-3505 with the extension of 634. Anyone with information on Keltz is asked to call Alton Police Department's Criminal Investigations Division at 618-463-3505 with the extension of 634. Hey, in Jersey County last night, this was breaking around 9:30 or so. The Jersey County Sheriff's Office and Illinois State Police, Jerseyville Police were all called to a domestic incident in a rural area yesterday evening. Jersey County Sheriff Mike Ringhausen said a man is in custody after the incident, and he said a weapon was involved. Shots were fired, but thankfully no one was injured. He said the situation occurred on Costello Road near Illinois Route 16. The sheriff and other authorities were waiting on a search warrant, and then they were going to look for shell casings. The sheriff said at the scene late Thursday the man left the scene on a four-wheeler, but he was eventually apprehended. ISP had drones that were used in the search, the sheriff said, and he greatly appreciated the teamwork to apprehend the person. That ISP, the sheriff's office, and the Jerseyville officer worked together in good fashion. The man was taken in without incident once the four-wheeler was stopped. I saw those news stories. Those were pretty much the bigger news stories of the day, so might as well get those in. It's 9:05 downtown Alton. Our daily show rolls on this Friday in downtown Alton with our conversation with Alton VFW right after this.
For over 60 years, Quality has been providing the Riverbend area with new and pre-owned vehicles, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC.
And now we're excited to bring you a second location in Jerseyville, Illinois. Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Quality vehicles,
Quality service.
quality low prices.
Quality.
It's more than just our name. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac in Alton.
Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Jerseyville.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
Oh, I didn't even hear you either. It's 9:07 right back here in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton. On the 16th day of September, Angie is with me. The post commander is with us as well. Guys, how are we doing this Friday morning? Ooh,
Yeah.
Stumbles this morning.
Yeah, we're off, so we're good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, you guys have a couple of events coming up, and you guys have the fish fry, and you guys have pretty much anything that, I mean, you're cooking. I mean, basically, you guys are rolling full steam ahead in the month of September, and, well, a part of a lot of really cool projects, too.
Yes. I can't hear it. So I forgot to mention last Sunday for 9/11. You hear me? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
So our some of our auxiliary went to the local fire departments and the Alton Police Department, the Godfrey, and they delivered cakes to tell them thank you for their service.
Right.
So they, I forgot to mention that. So I want to let them know that how proud we were that they went and did that.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really neat.
Yeah.
And is that something you guys really pride yourselves on, too, is making sure you can, extend your support?
Oh, yeah.
Always
Last
out in
year,
the community.
yes.
Oh, cool.
Last year, 9/11, we did a whole celebration at the post.
Really cool.
Yeah. So.
And I know I saw that there was only, it seemed like, this year it didn't seem like the remembrance was really in full effect this year. It seemed like there was only a couple of things going on.
Yeah.
And, hopefully gives us a little bit more inspiration to get ourselves moving and get some, for all of us in the community to do some stuff next year. But you guys still keep doing it. I mean, at least, we have you guys to keep up with all of our, lack of initiative on this, it seems like.
You got 80 years and no one really recognizes Pearl Harbor anymore either.
Yeah, that's true. And that's also, a big issue. And how important is it for you guys when you guys do these, events, these remembrance days, to kind of preserve that for the next generation? Because I know you guys are still working on getting younger blood right back in the VFW. Does that play a big part into it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The big thing is a veteran never dies as long as he's remembered.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we always go with, that standard there. That's about all I got right now. It's too early in the morning to be thinking.
Hey, see, that's why I just read the script. That's all I do.
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, well. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I need a script.
Well, these are bad news stories. You don't want those.
No, I don't want that. I probably wouldn't follow it anyway.
The auxiliary did go out and deliver the cakes, but the post on Friday morning got up at 5 o'clock and we decorated the police station.
I did see that. That's really, really cool. Now, do you guys do the decoration for a lot of the locations around town that we see the flags up, or do you do that?
That's different veterans organizations. Like every piece of the organization does it. Like you say, at 9:30, you have another organization coming here and doing another project, which we'll work with the VFW. We'll be part of that project.
Really cool.
If they call us and ask us to help them, like the police department called and they asked, for us to do that, then we definitely will always. He got up at 5:30 in the morning and decorated. So
really, really cool.
Not at 5:30 in the morning, wasn't it?
Well, that's true. That's very true. At 5, no. If I have to get up that early, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just apologize to anyone on the road and give them a cross. Did anyone hit Queen of Hearts? Do I have a chance?
You do have a chance.
On Tuesday night, I go, oh, dear God, I forgot about Queen of Hearts. I
Yep.
literally sat in bed and realized what I did was wrong.
It is now $11,117.
And what time are those drawings starting?
7.
Yeah, the drawings at 7. We're going to stop selling tickets, I think, around 6:45 because it was just chaos last week.
Well, at least now I know to bring some type of self-defense weapon or something,
We'll protect you.
There you go. That sounds even better to me because I will be there on so what time? You think it's about 6 o'clock for people to get in and get their
6 is good. You can come have a drink. Our Dart League is starting. They started last Tuesday, so they're there also. So it's a nice,
really
good environment.
That's awesome.
Free bingo on Wednesday night again.
Oh,
just started that.
And how are the prizes? I know that there was some free giveaways that people were getting their hands on.
It's going to vary every month. It'll vary every weekly. The big one is Game 10.
Mm-hmm.
Is 10 balls or less, and you win a gift card, and it's increased. I think next week will be $100.
Right.
And they started, and I let the Patriots decide what they want to do, and they say, hey, if we pitch in $1 and we win the bingo, instead of winning the $75 because we didn't get 10 balls or less, can we win the jackpot? And some woman won $26 off of that. So
nice.
she won that and the 50-50, so she walked out with like $81 on a free bingo.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, there was a $50 gift card to Gentlands.
Oh.
So they got that. There was a hair salon that donated. So there's all kinds of
awesome.
Nice
Well, you
things.
can't beat a Gentlands martini
I
either.
know.
Well, that's telling you. I gotta ask you this: you guys have been really promoting this fish fry every time I see it on
Fish fry.
That
was for you, Chad.
Oh Lord!
So when is the fish fries? Are those Fridays? Or is that just once? Is it a one-time deal? Or are we doing?
So he does fish fry. He does the fish fritters the first Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
But tonight is his whole catfish, then the fritters, the buffalo fritters, the whitefish. But tonight is the big thing with the whole catfish. So you want the fillets, all that good stuff. And then he's doing his apple crisp. He does everything homemade.
That's incredible. And see, that's the thing.
See, that's why I called him my girlfriend.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know if he's
Sorry, Don.
I just want to apologize to all the parents out there watching this show. No, I got no. I'm just kidding.
I censored.
No, God, no. That's why we got rid of the terrestrial radio. The FCC would have thrown me in jail about a month ago. I gotta, when I see Chad, you don't think of a guy that's, cooking and not to pick on him or anything, but
no.
I mean, that's my, I guess my stereotyping where I'm like, oh, this guy isn't going near any type of oven or any type, but apparently he's a great cook because I've heard that from multiple people.
He's an amazing homemade hush puppies. I mean, everything. I'm like, I'm taking the shortcut. Betty Crocker is my friend, and he's over here, get the flour and the sugar. And I'm like, what?
Well, actually, that's a great point. We were out after the expo with some of the amphitheater commission guys, and someone said, how do you make your sausage gravy? Because I don't know. You know how those conversations come up. And this lady, my honey, Debbie, I'll just be honest. I'll throw her name out. Hey, Debbie. She goes, the bag.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit of water in the bag. And all the guys are giving her crap. Oh, you can't. And I'm thinking, the guys are the ones giving you crap on your sausage gravy?
Yeah. You should. And Chad is like full force with a cook.
Oh, that's incredible. And you know, it says volumes though for how well you guys are oiled too, because Chad's really passionate about his cooking and all the events that you guys do. And I'm sure there's just there's numerous others that are just as passionate about some of these things that you guys work on. And some of those events, how many people do you have when you do these setups, for whether it's a fish fry, whether it's going and paying some tribute to the Alton Police Department? How big's the team normally? Does it depend?
It varies.
Okay.
It varies. Our ritual team that does all the funerals, leads the parades and all that, it varies on who's available. Like I said, next Friday we'll have the big, huge ceremony for the Galt Wall.
Yeah.
So the Alton ritual team will be involved in that. But I'm not going to talk about that too much because I want him to bring that up at 9:30. But yeah, we're constantly out in the community.
His own stuff.
Look at that. That was pretty good. That was on the fly. That was quick. Kudos.
9:30 almost. So I'm good. I'm getting ready.
Oh, whatever.
That's good.
It's just, it varies. I mean, if we put out a text or we ask, we get response.
Right.
And Chad has great, because he does have the ritual team that backs him. You have the post members, you have auxiliary in there helping. So if we send out messages and say, hey, we need help, they're there. I mean, they'll help. But we do need younger blood because, I mean, no offense, but the older people, sorry, Becky, and she actually,
Or antique.
Ancient.
Oh,
I
my
said ancient, thank you. And I'm sorry, but she's actually there. She's
Listening.
well, I mean, but she's there. She's there to cook. She's there. She does it all. I love you, Becky. I'm so sorry.
You are taking a beating, Becky. I want you on this show to get your shots in, an antique and ancient, and all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I never called her antique.
Oh, that's okay. We'll
Just
blame it on
ancient.
the post commander.
There you go.
No problem.
Oh my
You
God.
guys are great, and that's the thing. It's just you guys love what you're doing, but you're also coming up with new ideas to really try to create this new type of atmosphere. And how hard has that been for you guys to really transition that into this new form of the VFW?
I sleep about 3 hours a day because I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go, I got an idea. And she goes, go back to sleep. I go,
Yeah, I actually have. I have a notebook that has different sections, and he's, and our auxiliary president, I joke because he does it the same thing to me. Hey, I got this idea. I'm like, oh my God, you two are killing me. So, I mean, they come up with ideas. We were at the ball game last night. St. Louis Cardinals donated tickets to us.
Community service.
So we were there, and there were veterans in front of us, young guys, and they had no idea the VFW still even existed. So it's kind of sad. I mean,
Right. Well, you're right, and not to be patronizing to you, but there's not a lot of VFWs sometimes that are willing to put in the work that you guys are doing. It seems like I know that there's a bunch of different VFWs and they're all doing different things, but from the moment I met you guys, I mean, you guys have a real plan to really make sure that this is an environment that's not the stereotypical, like you said, the war stories, drinking beer and just kind of talking about things of the past, and there's nothing wrong with that, but what you guys are doing is really getting the community involved in your guys' mission too.
Absolutely, yeah. First responders, open for the public.
Yes,
I could say that, but yeah, we're there all the time.
I mean,
we had a 102-year-old, 102-year-old World War II veteran still driving in Venice, Illinois, and they had called and said his air condition went out. So we're thinking the whole air conditioning unit. So we're making arrangements. Everybody in the community is, yeah, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And we get, and like 15, 20 minutes later, his daughter-in-law calls. She goes, no, he just wants a window unit. That's all he uses is a window unit. His air conditioner went out, but he just needs a window unit. It's 110 degrees in this house. So, okay. So I make a phone call. 15 minutes later, brand new air conditioner been donated. Drive it down there, put it in his window. It's running. He's talking to us. He goes, yeah, I'm a pastor and this and that, giving us his story. And he goes, I still drive around. And it's like, okay, good, cool. We get it up and running. And he gets a...
oh, that better not be a text question.
Oh, no. No.
At 5 o'clock, we called to check on him, see how he's doing. They go, he moved to his to his daughter-in-law's house. He goes, it was just way too cold in his house for right now.
That's incredible. And that's the thing. You guys really do you guys have a great team. And how important is that? I mean, is there anyone that we haven't mentioned yet that, goes above and beyond? Because I know that we've taken... Poor Becky's taking a beating.
Oh my God! I mean, all of them. There's, Chuck. Chuck Herring's our auxiliary president. He does raffles. He's everywhere. I mean, the man. we joke because he has this little box, but I say it's his purse. I'm sorry, Chuck. But no matter where he goes, he's always promoting membership. He's, doing the raffles. You have Sue, who is our district auxiliary president, and then she is also in the auxiliary as a secretary. But she's always promoting. I mean, all of them, the whole district, actually District 12.
And if we could, because I don't know how the structure is with district. Can you guys explain that a little bit more? Maybe what the district is to what the your post is. How does that? What's the format of that? Is it
Okay, you got the post in Alton.
okay?
And then there's like 14 or 15 other posts in the area.
Mm-hmm.
It goes all the way up to Collinsville.
Panama, Illinois, too.
And then it goes up north all the way up to Panama and Jerseyville, Greensville, and then it goes all the way to Brownstown.
Oh.
And then that's just a district. It's just like Madison County would be a county, so it's just a district.
Okay.
And then District 14 starts in St. Clair County and works its way that way. And then, so I'm the post commander. Then I have a district commander in charge of me, and we have a district meeting every quarter. And then we have a department commander that's in charge of the state of Illinois.
Uh-huh.
And then we have a national commander who's in charge of all the posts in the whole world, because there's posts in Vietnam, there's posts in Paris, there's posts in Greece.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
everywhere.
Everywhere. Anywhere that anybody served overseas is eligible to be VFW members. There's actually guys that served in Vietnam that actually have a post in Vietnam because they never left. They still opened up their own charter.
Wow, and I hate to sound like I just don't, but I really had no idea.
Yeah, you just don't hear about it. Even if you don't come to Alton, there's a lot of posts around here. Granite City, Collinsville, oh my God, Caseyville, Cottage Hills, Wood River, all of them.
Do you guys work with a lot of those posts? And
All of them.
All okay. That's
We had a yard sale last year, and Wood River helped us with their tables. They let us use all their tables. So if you call, and Cottage Hills donated the flags that we used to decorate.
Yeah. Oh.
So if you make a phone call, they're there.
They're
or if
there.
we can help, we're there. So.
Yeah. The only thing I tell you, the only difference in my VFW flag and somebody else's VFW flag in Wood River is the number on the post. That's it.
Is that
Yeah,
it?
It's
That's
all
it.
you're all under the same flag.
Oh, that's
And
incredible.
then the only difference in the VFW and the Marine Corps League or anything like that is still the same flag. We still serve the same United States flag, so that's how we look at it. So the big thing is we're here to help veterans. That's our first project, is to help veterans. Then it's our spouses, widows.
Yeah, we always get second.
So we only have a couple of minutes left. Let's talk about the events you guys have coming up one last time, whether it's the fish fry, Queen
Fish
of
fry.
or the Queen of Hearts that's on Wednesday, and it's at the Target.
Tuesday is Queen of Hearts.
Well,
Tuesday.
No. I want to be there just
Oh
by
my
myself to win.
gosh.
It's too late. There's
Oh,
people,
is it
people
packed?
already
I was-
lined up, ready to go.
I was about ready to ask you
Oh.
guys.
I'm
Lord.
surprised we don't have a line waiting for that ribeye steak. I know I'm going to be
When
the
is
first.
that?
That's Wednesday.
Yep. So so get back to
And I can promise you can be only number 2 because I have had the line privileges on that one.
Well, people call me number 2 a lot, so that's okay.
Oh, my
no,
Lord.
in line.
Uh-huh,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
We can call you that if that's what you want.
No,
I
no.
promise you that can happen at the post.
All right. So back on track. Tonight is Whole Catfish and Hill Williams. We do have a band. It's a $5 cover charge, 21 and over. So you come, have a great dinner, listen to some good music, dance. That's tonight. Monday nights we have scouts. Our scouts are always there. No, Tuesday nights they're there. I'm sorry. Tuesday nights are big. Dart League, Queen of Hearts, Scouts. Wednesday night is bingo. We also will be having a 4th Wednesday of every month is quarter auction.
Right.
Oh my God, there's so much
Thursday's
stuff.
the Cub Scouts
And our weekly drawing.
and our weekly drawing. Then Friday is, right now, is bands and the dinners. I got a project I'm working on that I think we can fix a couple of Fridays. The post is always available to be rented.
Oh, yeah, and that's a big thing. How can they find out how to, rent that space?
Becky.
They have to call the ancient one.
Oh,
Becky or Sue can help you. If you call the post, they'll help you rent and they'll talk to you. It depends on how big your party is and what they need.
all I know, Becky, is you are welcome here anytime to get your
Aw.
shots into.
Whatever. She's too sweet about it. She
She's
wouldn't
too
do
nice.
it.
Is
yeah.
she really?
Yeah, she's
Oh
too
yeah,
nice.
That's
she's very
incredible.
sweet about things, so she wouldn't do it. So
And and I know that you guys have and you guys always post this calendar right on your
Yes.
Facebook page, and they can
Yes.
find that. What's your Facebook page called?
Alton VFW 1308.
That's That's what I thought. And before we let you guys go, if we could, let's segue a little bit into the guests that we're gonna be featuring here that you guys were able to send my way. You guys are gonna be a part of an event this
next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, next Friday.
I believe it's firefighter.
Firefighter Tim Brown from Bethalto.
Mm-hmm. And Dustin Bowler is gonna be on
Dustin
the show.
Dixon is the district commander, but I think he had an emergency and had to go to work. So I think Mr. Brown is coming in though. But Mr. Brown is the one that set the whole thing up.
Yeah, he did
so
everything.
he did most of the work. So Dustin was just coming in to assist in any way he can, and then he brought us in to assist. So it's going to be a big community service for the veterans. There's going to be a lot of organizations you're going to hear him talk about helping out.
It's going to be a great thing. And if we could, let's preview that. And the name of the monument that's coming is the Global War of Terrorism Remembrance Wall, correct?
Right. It's a wall. It's kind of like the Vietnam Wall, only it's the Global War on Terrorism Wall.
I don't want to say anything that's up, but it's like remembrance for 9/11.
Right.
Desert Storm, the fallen for Desert Storm.
I don't want to talk too much about it
Yeah.
because he's got a lot.
Right. And we want to
Yeah.
tease. We want to tease,
Yeah.
but
everybody's going to be arrested. I can tell you that weekend in Bethalto Airport is going to be exciting. I'm definitely going to be there. I'm
Awesome.
definitely going to be there for
It'll
that.
be a big thing.
Well, guys, I really appreciate your time, and I really
Thank
enjoy
you.
having you guys on the show to talk about everything. And just your guys' personality shows why the VFW is here to really be around for a long time when it comes to getting the community involved and getting some younger people in this place.
My
Yes.
question is, what was your grandfather and dad doing, and uncles? Because you might be eligible.
My uncle was a lieutenant commander in the Navy, and my everyone else other than my brother was in Afghanistan. My half brother was. But,
That counts.
Yeah, so we've talked about it. I might have to talk to you about doing
Come
some
on
stuff
in.
to help out. And
See, then
and
you
make sure.
then you'd be first in line for the ribeye.
Then she'll be your boss.
But
No,
she
he'll
just-
never be first for ribeye. I can promise you that.
That's it.
He can be number 2 all he wants, but not getting in front of the line. The ribeye and
save
the
you some.
breakfast. The
Don't worry
ribeye
about
and the
it.
breakfast is going to be my first time. I'm actually going to have to step over people and have to use my executive privileges.
Oh, God.
Wave them for the ribeye, guys. Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time. 927 back after this.
You won't find a better of the Nautilus Fitness Center. Cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheeby's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheeby's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? No further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, 9:31. We're back at it in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton. This upcoming Saturday the 24th, correct, guys? Because I already got, the post commander already took me to task. I'm still shaking. The Fly-In Festival is in Bethalto, and it's going to feature a very nice procession with the Global War of Terrorism Remembrance Wall. We heard a little bit about it with the post commander and Angie, and now we have two guys that are just going to really fill us in, Tim Brown and Dan Bowler. Let me say that right.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Look at you.
I did it. We can go home. That's it, everybody. See you tomorrow. No.
Right,
And this is something, I don't want to be lighthearted about this because this is a very important thing. And last year, I know that there was the Vietnam, right?
Back in 2019, we did the Vietnam Wall.
Awesome. Let me turn that a little bit more closer to you. And I know that these walls are nationally, acclaimed, and they travel. And the procession that you guys are going to have, let's just kind of start with that. How many people are involved? How many organizations are there for this really, really unique and really neat thing?
So we have on Friday, 9:30, we're going to stage in Wood River at the old Jack Schmidt Chevy dealership parking area. We've got about, I'd say, 15 fire departments from the area that are going to be involved. Several police departments from the area, Bethalto, East Alton, Wood River, and Madison County. And then we have the local Jeep Club, the local motorcycle clubs that are veteran-based, Leathernecks, CVMA, Patriot Guard. And then we got some military vehicles that some people are bringing in for veterans to ride on.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah.
And just my thought process is that takes a lot to organize with so many groups. Were you guys ones instrumental in really bringing everyone together, or was it a combination of a lot of entities?
It's been a combination of a lot of entities, but Tim's been pretty instrumental in the wall, and then I've been. Myself and our group has been promoting the fly-in side of things,
right? And
then there's a car show. But yeah, Tim's been instrumental in getting all these organizations together for that procession.
And not to go back or anything, but let's just kind of I think I should have structured this a little bit better, so I apologize.
No worries. We'll forgive you.
Oh, thank you. See, hey, we're winning already. Let's talk about the event and how what the different components of it are, because it is the Fly-In Festival, right? That's coming up, but you guys are in conjunction with the festival, correct?
Correct. There's 3 days of events this year. So we'll start with Friday. That's when the wall arrives in the procession, and that's slated to be sort of morning, early afternoon.
Yeah. So hopefully 10 o'clock, between 10 and noon. Wall come in, set up, and all that. We'll have a short ceremony after the end of that.
And that's the 24th, that Friday.
23rd.
23rd, that Friday. See,
Right.
I keep getting the Saturday and Friday. That's what's throwing me off. Honestly, I kept going. What day is that? Okay, so the 23rd at 10 a.m. If we wanted to, the public watch the.
Yep,
open?
absolutely. We would love for the public to be lining the roadway. So Vaughn Road, 111, up to Civic Memorial Drive into the airport property.
Oh, really cool. So we can go out and support you guys and support that procession by getting out there at 10 a.m. on Friday, probably a little bit early, 9:30. Make people get the lawn chair out, maybe warm up some hot chocolate and watch a really cool thing.
Yes.
And so that goes until noon, and you guys have 2 more days of events and activities on top of the Friday, correct?
Correct.
So the wall gets set up on Friday. Saturday's the main event, I would say.
Yeah.
So we've got the wall set up for healing and remembrance.
Right.
And then this is it's either 26th or 27th. With the COVID year, I kind of get things a little
I could
screwy.
only imagine, yeah.
Wings and Wheels fly in for the St. Louis Regional Airport. And so what that is Speed Demons Car Club will be out front towards 111, and they've got a car show bringing in hot rods of all sorts. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge car guy, but they look nice. So
Thank you for being honest. I am right there with you. So many times I'm always the lone duck in a conversation. Oh, man, that's 67, Chevy. It's like, well, I don't know. Is that the one that had the red top? I just thought it looked cool. So thank you for saying that. You made me feel good about myself.
But they're still fun. They're still fun to look at.
They are.
So.
Oh my goodness, yes. And that's a big car. I mean, that's one of the biggest in the area.
Yeah.
I think it has to be.
And then, so that's towards the road, and then there's the F4 on the property that kind of sits up on the pedestal. That's where the wall will be. We'll have some concessions there on Saturday as well. And then inside the fence, inside the airport fence, we'll have. We're slated to have the World War II era B-25 bomber show up, hopefully around 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Few helicopters from a couple different entities. A Cobra and a Huey from the Army Heritage Foundation out of Creve Coeur. And a lot of this is weather dependent. So,
right. And
but they're slated to give rides.
Yes. So
rides are available for a fee.
Yes, they're not free, as some people have asked. Because I always came back with, well, if you owned a helicopter, would you give free rides? It's kind of
That's a great point.
Like, no. So with that, the Huey is synonymous with Vietnam, so is the Cobra.
Exactly.
Both of these helicopters are from that era. They did serve in Vietnam. So the Huey is going to do rides for about 7 to 9 minutes for $110.
And how
which
much
is
per person?
Per person.
Okay.
Which is actually really reasonable for that aircraft and for that era and for that time frame. The Cobra is going to be $695 for 8 to 9 minutes, but you are in the front seat of the gunner's area. You don't get to shoot anything, but you get to ride in the Cobra.
But I can still go.
You can simulate it all you want.
That is so cool. And the more because at first, it's apologies to everyone. It's 9:38 on a Friday morning, and I'm still covering off a double header with radio yesterday because I do a morning and night. And it's so hard for me to comprehend how big these aircrafts are, how big, some of these, I mean, it's insane to me because we see them on the, documentary channels or anything like that. But to be up close in person and really touch history is something you can't pass up.
Exactly.
And how many more aircraft are going to be there just to view, to stop? And what's admission? Is it free admission?
Free admission.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
it's got to be free.
Yeah. There is parking on site. There'll be some flag people for parking, things like that. No charge for parking. The whole event is free.
Yeah.
As far as other aircraft on Saturday, there's a lot of what we call general aviation aircraft. So that's your little Cessnas and Pipers and a lot of your home belts. Will be flying in. Usually we have anywhere from 20 to 50 plus some medical helicopters potentially.
Yeah. So Arch and Air Evac are going to bring in their helicopters for static display, as long as they don't get a call and they have to leave.
Has that happened before?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. So I'm also on the fire department, and we've had classes what's called landing zone classes, and in the middle of it, they've had to leave. But we've also got the Metro East Air Support helicopter coming. It's an MD-500 that the police department uses for across the area for the Metro East. And then we also have a UH-60 Blackhawk and a CH-47 Chinook coming from the 101st. It's supposed to come in on Friday. It's not going to be open to the public on Friday. They're just coming in just to set up. And then Saturday it'll be available for static display along with the other aircraft.
That is so incredible. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm not an expert on this stuff, but it seems like you guys have an aircraft from pretty much some of the last conflicts of the last 20, 30 years with these aircraft. How important do you think it is to get children out there, get young kids out there to see this type of stuff? And not a 3-year-old probably not, but like a 7 to 10-year-old that's really kind of just starting to develop.
Oh yeah.
How important is that to you guys?
Oh, it's hugely important.
Yes.
I mean, for all the history and then to just garner interest in aviation in general, to get them involved. There's just like everywhere else in work sectors, there's huge worker shortages in aviation, and we just got to get people interested in it.
Exactly. And I think you guys are doing it the right way. And I want to circle back to the wall a little bit more because last time, I mean, you guys put this wall on, and it was it the Vietnam Memorial Wall?
Yes. So last time in 2019, we brought in the replica. It was 80% size of what's out in DC.
Right. And that was beautiful. I mean, the process to bring that in has to be pretty, intensive to make sure.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's logistical and labor intensive, and it's just a labor of love. So I'm actually a Army combat veteran myself. So a lot of this stuff hits near and dear to my heart.
Right.
Lost a lot of friends. So this is our war wall, with the GWAT wall. So, yeah.
And exactly. And that's something, it's so crazy to me, and the fact that it's been 25 years, almost 30 years since Desert Storm, right? Close to that.
So it was in 91.
Yeah, so every bit close to it, maybe even a little bit longer than that. But then you have the conflicts that go up into my early childhood, and it's just kind of almost damning to realize that this has all happened within the last couple of decades, and to have that kind of remembrance there, that memorialization is going to be really neat. And is there any type of do veterans have like a first right to walk up, or is it just kind of come and go to observe as you want?
So on Friday, once the wall's set up, it is absolutely open to the public. But on Friday, we are inviting all veterans, especially veterans from the War on Terror era, to come in on Friday to come in and heal, especially on Friday, because there's not going to be a lot of people around on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, because Saturday and Sunday is the main events. So with Friday, once the wall gets set up, we're going to do a short ceremony, have a flyover set up, and the Alton VFW is going to do their ritual team with taps and rifle 21 gun salute. So
and yes, anyone that has, everyone should, have this point of view. If we haven't been in conflict, we should, we have no way of understanding how, important that wall is and what that, the feelings that go through your, your guys' minds. Do you think you could, I know it's going to almost be impossible, but what's that type of feeling? I mean, is it a bittersweet feeling to kind of, watch this memorialization, or kind of, sit there and remember some things, or is it more of just a sorrowful feeling for you guys?
It's going to be a mixture of everything, but mainly it's going to be a healing.
Right.
So some of the guys will come in. They will have papers and the pencils to do the shadow names, but it'll be a very humbling, but just mainly it's going to be a healing process.
And that's got to be crucial for all.
It is.
It has to be. And, this is a menial question, but it's just my kind of curiosity as a, I guess my 7-year-old child came out, because I'm thinking this thing's got to weigh at least 3 or 4 tons.
It is. It's coming in on a very big trailer. It is 120 feet long, and the last wall that we did, the Vietnam wall, was over 250.
I didn't realize it was that. Well, because you see it from the road, or you see it kind of further away, and that distance kind of goes from this to here. And how long is that going to be on display? All weekend long, or is it going to be on? Okay, just
so
the
from
weekend.
Friday to Sunday.
Friday to Sunday. And Sunday, what time is the event concluded?
The wall portion, I believe they're going to start breaking down around 11 or noon, just depending, weather dependent, and whether if people are still out there seeing the wall, then it's going to stay up. But then dance portion.
Yeah, then Sunday there's still a lot going on. So one, the Bethalto Spirit Group has moved their Sunday farmers market from Village Park out there, and there's going to be Kids Corner, and the Kids Corner is available on Saturday as well. So there's things for kids to do besides just look at planes while the adults are doing their plane spotting. So that's Saturday, and then Sunday the Kids Corner, the farmers market. There's just going to be a ton. There's going to be some food trucks out there.
Oh, really good. You got me at food truck.
Yeah, I don't know how many have signed up yet, but there's supposed to be a few. So, and then for the EAA chapter, the Experimental Aviation Association chapter that's based at the airport there, this is kind of our crowning day. So we do what we call Young Eagle flights on Sunday. Start at 9, registration ends at 2, but any kid 8 to 17 years old can get a free ride in a small Cessna Piper.
Wow.
That make and style of airplane.
Yeah.
It's usually about 15 to 20 minutes. A lot of times, a lot of these are 2-seater airplanes, so they can actually get their hands on the stick and feel what it's like to fly.
And this is a free ride for 15
free.
minutes.
Free, correct.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
All that time fuel is donated. So.
Oh my goodness! Because I'm thinking of there's so many times you have a younger parent or maybe a single mom or dad that doesn't have the financial funds to really take their kids to do stuff. This is a perfect opportunity to do so.
We give a lot of kids their first ride in an airplane.
Yep. That's actually where I got my first ride in an airplane was there at the EAA chapter, and it changed my life.
Are you seriously?
Yeah,
We've been
100%.
Oh my goodness!
EAA
wow.
Nationwide has been doing this for 30 years.
That's incredible.
Well over 1 million kids have been flown in that time. Our chapter we do this once a year, and we oftentimes do 200 kids on that Sunday.
Wow.
So it's a good time. Get there earlier is better. It's a first come first serve.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how long's the line for this?
It depends. It's a little bit long right at the beginning, and then it thins out, and then right after church is let out, then it kind of builds again. But as long as we're registered by 2 p.m., we work till the line's empty.
Tim, do you think there's any rule against selling unauthorized fast passes to this?
Maybe.
That's just incredible. I mean, because you see something from afar, or you just kind of go there for a couple of years. I didn't forget about the event, but forgot about all the activities that you guys have to offer at this event.
Oh, yeah.
How was it coming back from the pandemic or COVID? Then you have to come back and kind of reinvent the wheel almost. The following year.
It's extremely difficult because during the pandemic, you couldn't go out and do anything. You didn't want to get sick. And then coming out of that, a lot of people lost their jobs, their businesses.
Exactly.
So trying to get donations from folks and then trying to get them to come out was extremely difficult. And the folks that have donated, we are beyond grateful for.
Any groups or in particular you want to shout out while we have some time? I didn't know if that was important to you guys or not. Or
I'll let you start, but I've got one big one for us.
So West Star was a huge one. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
you stole his it.
Yeah. No, that's
no. So West Star was instrumental in helping get this going with donating fuel for this event because fuel is expensive.
I can only imagine how much that fuel is.
But I mean, everybody that's donated, whether it was $10 or $5 or $2,000, they all were important and instrumental in it. So we actually came up with the banner that Phoenix 5 Designs out of Cottage Hills made up for us, and it's going to be set out there so that way it'll honor all those folks.
That's incredible. And that's the thing, I could only imagine, like you said, because one, you're out of the routine. Everything's more expensive. And now you got people that have lost businesses and do all that. And it seems to me, though, the community aspect of the event is really what got people, got the donations going, got this thing back off the ground. And, I couldn't imagine that turnover time, too, because you guys have 25 years before this event, going strong. and then you're coming back and trying to, put your boots on the ground running. That's incredible.
It's been a challenge, and the EAA chapter on Saturday runs that concession stand, and it's been a challenge with supply chain issues, and it's different.
Yeah, I bet it is. And so let's circle back. We have a couple of minutes left. What are the activities and things going on? One last time, let's summarize that and make sure that we do the best we can to make sure we get as many people out here as we can. And on Friday, definitely get people out to line the streets and show our support for that wall.
Absolutely. I'll start with the wall escort. Wall comes in, set up the ceremony to honor everyone on that, and then it's open to the public.
Mm-hmm.
Then Saturday we'll have a short ceremony in the morning with the national anthem. It's actually the first time the opening ceremony's ever been done. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Usually it's just kind of everybody just starts showing up, but yeah, this year we'll have a true opening.
Really, really neat. And then, what are some of the activities again? The events that the free. Is it an airplane? Free airplane ride?
Yeah, on
Okay.
Sunday. And then, besides the free airplane ride, there'll be the farmers market with Kids Corner. I think there's some bounce houses going on.
Really
and,
cool.
Just some fun things like that. That'll be Sunday. Saturday, the Kids Corner is still with the bounce houses will be there. But we'll have that whole ramp open. You can go and you can look in planes and look at the helicopters that are coming and see the World War II B-25 bomber.
And have a chance to touch history and ride in history too with those helicopter rides that you do have to pay for the Black Hawk, right?
The Huey and the Cobra.
The Huey and the Cobra.
And it's my understanding as well that there'll be paid rides for the B-25.
Uh-oh.
I
Really?
don't.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Breaking news! You guys better get out there next Saturday because do they take? I don't know. Might have to take card. Do they take credit card?
Yes,
I'm sure they do.
Do they really?
So both organizations do take credit cards.
Okay.
And the Huey and the Cobra organization, the U.S. Army Heritage Foundation, if you're a veteran that would like to ride on there, they do offer a discount, a 10% discount.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
And if I could say really quick, so please be mindful of the traffic. It is just a first time being this big. We do have some folks that are going to be out there to help with parking and things like that. So just be mindful. Don't get upset.
That's the big thing. Just
be calm.
Take a breath, okay? The guy's not trying to make you wait 30 minutes to park your car.
Yeah.
He's not trying to stop traffic. Just take it easy on.
And there's no valet either. So.
Oh no. Well, see, here's a funny story. Not a lot of people. I was at the amphitheater. I was the VIP parking director for a season.
Oh wow, that had to have been a nightmare.
Oh, it definitely wasn't a dream come true. That's for sure. Because that's why I always tell people the amphitheater guys, what they have to deal with, what they're putting up with is, it's tough, and they do a great job. And just like what you guys have to go through with your events, and you guys have to, all these hurdles and other obstacles to kind of manage and put together and bring together as a team. Really looking forward to next weekend, and really know that you guys are going to put on another hell of an event, and really just nothing but the best to you guys.
Awesome. Thank you for having us out here.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Dan, Tim, thank you guys for your time. It's 9:53 in downtown Alton. Let's take a quick break and wrap up the 9 o'clock on this Friday in the Riverbend.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Chevy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Chevy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? No further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, it's too hot, too hot, lady. Gotta run for shelter, gotta run for shade. It's too hot, lady. Gotta cool this anger. What a mess.
Oh, 9:57 right back in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton, Illinois on the 16th day of September. And what a great show so far. A lot of great things happening next weekend in Bethalto with the Fly-In Festival and that Global War of Terrorism Remembrance Wall, which will be really just an incredible thing to go witness. Hey, while we have the time, just wanted to share with you this story. An ice cream shop in Arizona earned a Guinness World Record by offering 266 milkshake flavors and making them all in just over an hour. Snowcap, an ice cream shop in Arizona, attempted the world record for most milkshake flavors on display, and the event was timed to coincide with the visit from motor oil company Mobil One as part of its Keep Route 66 tour. How cool. A Guinness World Records agitator was on hand as the shop's owners, the Delgadillo family, look at that, good pronunciation, CJ, made every milkshake on the menu in just about an hour and 15 minutes. The unusual flavors by the shop. Oh. No, they don't win. That's not a real flavor. Peanut butter and onion ring, banana and chili, and orange and fish burger. No. Someone needs to sue. You know what? That brings me to my next point. Hey, if an ice cream shop ever tries to make you a banana and chili milkshake and it makes you sick, there's only one guy you can call, and that's Sean Lentz over at the Lentz Law Firm. I'm sure there has to be a case when it comes to making somebody sick to some type of nasty flavor, and it's because, listen, Sean's the best when it comes to personal injury. There's literally nobody better. Sean has decades of experience, great results to add on top of it. He's a hometown guy. His office is right up there at 2600 Edward Street across from Centerstone. And listen, when you talk to Sean, You aren't going to get that, boisterous, big coat, big tie wearing lawyer that makes you feel intimidated. You're going to get a down-to-earth guy that knows his stuff and is going to do the best he can to make sure that your legal woes are at ease. Listen, you want to save yourself days and times by writing Sean's number down now, whether you need him now or the future, because, listen, finding a lawyer, that's step one. And sometimes that can take a pretty substantial amount of time, especially to find one that fits your needs. So save his number now. It's 618-465-8000. That's 618-465-8000. Sean does some criminal matter stuff like traffic tickets and DUIs, but if he doesn't really specialize in that field, don't worry. Give him a call still, because he'll put you in touch with one of his very many contacts that's going to do just as good a job as he would. But listen, he does dog bites, auto accidents, negligence, medical malpractice, trucking cases, trucking accidents, motorcycle accidents. He has you covered. Ain't nobody doing a better job than Sean when it comes to those things. So give him a call today, 618-465-8000. That's 618-465-8000. And be proactive and get the jump on the rainy day early. Take my word from it. I've been there, done that, and I don't need you guys to make my same mistake. So don't do it. Save Sean's number now and save yourself time and weeks when it comes to finding your personal injury attorney. There's nobody better than Sean Lentz at the Lentz Law Firm. My gift to you, an honest attorney, a great attorney, my attorney. Sean Lentz at the Lentz Law Firm, 2600 Edward Street, or 618-465-8000. Back with the 10 o'clock hour after this on a Friday in downtown Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Was the son of a preacher man, the only boy who could ever teach me. Was the son of a preacher man, yes he was.
Oh, it's 10:05 on a Friday in downtown Alton, and a staple event of our community is St. Ambrose's Apple Fest, and it's coming up this Saturday and Sunday. Patrick King is on the line with me now. Everyone say a little prayer to make sure our phone lines work. Patrick, you there? Uh-oh. I have to send a Zoom link. We'll get the... Patrick, are you there at all? That's okay. We prepared for this moment. We're going to send Patrick a Zoom link and make sure that we can get St. Ambrose's Apple Fest event promoted. So, Patrick, if you're on the line, just hang tight with me for a couple of seconds. And what we'll do, just so I can get reset, because we knew that we're still having a little bit of a phone line issue, but we're a step ahead of the curve today and yesterday by this Zoom link. So let's do this. Quick break, come back with Patrick King and Applefest.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good. When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, straight up, let me tell you that Applefest is a staple in our community, and it's this weekend. Patrick King back on the line with me. Thank you for your time, and thanks for standing by as we got that a little communication issue fixed. How are we doing today, sir?
Doing well. You know, technology is double-edged sword. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I tell you what, more times than not, technology is wonderful. Thankfully, we have Zoom and all this great communication. So thank you for having me on.
It's I credit at least the pandemic gave us Zoom. You know, that's one thing we can think, right?
One of the few, but yeah, that is a blessing from the pandemic, if you could even say that, would
Yeah,
be
no
Zoom and
kidding.
some of the technology.
No kidding there, Patrick. And, really appreciate your time because you guys have to be busy. I know that Apple Fest is always a big event, and you guys, once again, have just a plethora of activities and things for the kids and family to come out and do at St. Ambrose.
Absolutely. So St. Ambrose Apple Fest is tonight, which is September 16th, tomorrow night, September 17th, and from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Sunday, September 18th. So Friday and Saturday night, it starts at 5. It goes until about 11 o'clock. And then Sunday, like I said, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we have 2.5 days of activities. And I want to highlight it's open to the entire community. It is St. Ambrose Parish's largest fundraiser. So this is a fundraiser for our church and school, primarily the school, but it's open to everyone, very family friendly, and all are welcome.
And you know what? You're right. Every time I go, there's never been an issue. It's just people that want to enjoy that community aspect that you guys do so well over at St. Ambrose. And I'm looking here, Patrick. You guys have a lot of community-oriented, businesses and organizations here participating in the event. Just right off the top of your head, I'm looking right here. Paisal Martial Arts demo at 5:15 on Friday, and it doesn't stop. I mean, whether it's local dance performances on Saturday and other activities that are there. Man, you guys did a really good job of really inviting the community out and showing the support for the area.
Yeah, well, thank you. Brian and Missy Estes are in charge of the Apple Fest. They're the main volunteers or the head of the volunteers. So they were able to have Dinger from the Alton River Dragons.
You
He is
not to cut,
coming from.
not to cut you off, Patrick, but you can't see it. I was going to actually lead into that, and that's my fault. Dinger is actually, I have a bobblehead of Dinger right here, and I already had his head moving for you guys because
Nice.
that is so cool. Sorry, don't let me cut you off anymore.
No, you're great. So Dinger from the Alton River Dragons will be present at the St. Ambrose Apple Fest on Friday tonight from 6:30 to 7:30. Back in the Saddle Band will be a local band. They play great music. They're going to play from 7 to 11. A Fest, which is numbers and games, is going on in the community center. And we have Paisal Martial Arts, St. Ambrose Got Talent, which are the local kids performing. Lulu's Nice Ice, and then there's games, inflatables, food tent, basket raffle, all going on tonight.
Wow. I mean, if you have to find something to do this Friday night, you aren't looking hard enough. That's all I can say because this has everything that you could really ask for a family event. How long have you been a part of the Apple Fest planning stuff or just a part of the St. Ambrose community, Patrick?
Well, thank you. So I went to St. Ambrose. I was baptized at St. Ambrose. So you could say early on in my life, I became a member of the St. Ambrose community through going there through 8th grade and graduating from grade school. And now that I'm married with children, we are actively involved at St. Ambrose, primarily with the Apple Fest. For about the last 5 years or so, I've been on the committee. And of course, we had a couple years where we were not able to host it due to the pandemic.
Right.
So I've been involved for a long time, and it's nice to see all the new generations coming through St. Ambrose and enjoying the sense of community and enjoying the sense of fellowship and great friendships and relationships. So I've been there for a while.
And that's what I was going to ask you because you've had to see some pretty substantial growth, and not only with the event, but just with the, like you said, that community aspect, the next generation. How important has it been for you guys to really carry this over and make sure that we can get the younger generations involved?
It's absolutely necessary. So everybody, I think people are looking for a sense of belonging. I think that's just kind of basic, fundamental human nature. We're looking for a sense of belonging. And for those who have found a home at St. Ambrose, those who either go to church there or school there, I do believe they find a good, family-friendly, warming and welcoming environment where people do feel welcome. That's one of the compliments we receive. Oftentimes what we hear is that people feel welcomed at St. Ambrose. And I think that's really important because that's what, when you have a young growing family or if you're single or if you're an older person, you're looking for a sense of belonging. So the Apple Fest is kind of a continuation or more of a public display of all the good people up there working together. And the Apple Fest is kind of a highlight of who we are and what we offer. So I think it's a perfect time of the year to introduce ourselves again to the community and welcome the community to St. Ambrose.
You know what? You're absolutely right about that. And Patrick, I might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but my eyes immediately, being the gambler that I am, look at Sunday at 1 p.m. on the event flyer, and that says grand raffle and basket raffle winners announced. What's the grand raffle and how much money or what can we win?
Yeah, so I believe the grand raffle, the tickets, I believe they were like $20 per ticket, something to that effect. And if you bought so many tickets, maybe you got an extra. I want to say the grand prize is around $2,500, and so that's the grand raffle. And then the basket raffle will be you buy raffle tickets and you place them in for random drawing. And also there is a online auction for like different items. So there's really three things going on there. You got a basket raffle, you have an online auction, which is, I guess you could call it a silent online auction, and then you have the grand raffle, which is the grand prize. I want to say it's 2,500 is what I think.
Oh, wow. Um, that raffle isn't taking place tomorrow or Sunday. That's just for CJ, I think, is in the notes. No, I'm just kidding, Patrick. But I'm seeing here, and you know, I really love this event. It's always been a part of, you know, even I went to St. Mary's, Patrick, but we still always went to the Apple Fest because you're right. It's not just for St. Ambrose. You guys make a great point of making it about, you know, the community and everyone that makes up the community. And I also see here for the adults, you got a beverage tent open Friday and Saturday.
Beverage tent open Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday night from a 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Flip the Frog Band, another great local band. There's also going to be the Godfrey Fire Truck, Lulu's Nice Ice, again A Fest, which is a numbers game, games, inflatables, food tent, and pulled pork. Jim Ballman does.
Ooh.
He brings his smoker on the lot early in the morning. Does pulled pork for Saturday.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And you mentioned St. Mary's. What a great group of people down there as well with their Oktoberfest upcoming. So both St. Ambrose, St. Mary's do a great job with their events.
And that's the thing, Patrick. I just, you know, because I think for, you know, whenever the kid, you know, I was growing up in, you know, elementary school, all the kids have it in their mind, you know, that, you know, there's a rivalry or something, and it's not. You guys do such a great job of really tying in all the schools and really just making it, like I said, a great atmosphere and a great time. And Lenny, guys, from Flip the Frog, Lenny Levi, we had him on with Porch Cafe, his new band, Flip the Frog. He will be out at Apple Fest, so make sure you support a friend of the show. And man, just so much more to talk about. I do have to ask you about this our jelly ball. What is that? Is that like the new gel shooter, the new gel water balls?
Yeah, that's my understanding. So my understanding is a local parishioner has kind of designed this game that's going to be on the lot Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. until 10 p.m. It's my understanding that it's harmless and fun and it's safe for the kids. So I think they're going to shoot targets with these jelly balls. It's similar to a paintball, but obviously it doesn't have paint. It doesn't have any long-term effect like a paintball can stain something, whereas this does not. So this is supposed to be family friendly, safe. I believe they're going to have the kids shoot at targets. It's something new. One year we had a video game truck that we tried out, and that was fun. This year we have jelly balls. So every year they try to introduce something a little bit new and a little bit different. One year we had the St. Louis Blues mascot show up. This year we have Dinger showing up from the River Dragon. So every year there's something new and exciting.
Absolutely. And is there anything that we need to promote that I'm forgetting about? Is admission free and then you have to get tickets?
That's exactly right. So admission free. You buy tickets for the inflatables. You would buy tickets for the kids' games. The food tent would be cash. The beverage tent for the adults, again, I believe is cash based. And then you would also buy tickets in the community center for the different raffles going on.
Okay.
So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, St. Ambrose Apple Fest. We're really looking forward to it. It's looking like really good weather, great fall weather. So we're hoping for a great turnout.
Well, I know it's going to be a great turnout. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be patronizing, but this is a staple event in our community. It has been for years, and it will be for years to come. Patrick King, thank you so much for your time today, sir. I really appreciate it. We'll be in touch, and best of luck this weekend for St. Ambrose and Applefest.
Thank you so much to you and all your listeners.
Awesome. Well, you have a great rest of your day. And, guys, we'll be back with more of our daily show in downtown Alton on the 16th day of September, right after this, in the heart of the Riverbend.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. Eagle, the Riverbend's classic station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog, if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space.
Oh, back at it, 10:21 on a Friday in the heart of the Riverbend. And now, what a great show. We had a lot of great conversation. Luis Noya, hard at work over in St. Louis. We're going to ask him if he has some time to pop on in the next couple of minutes and see what he has to say about the Cardinals. Man, I'm not impressed. Congratulations to Yachty and Wainwright for breaking that record, but we are not playing good baseball right now. And so we'll see how the Cardinals are feeling, and hopefully get Luis on the line. If not, he'll be back on Monday, and we might have to just do an extra sports segment to make sure that we get our coverage. That promised to all of you guys. Hey, in Godfrey, to return to our local news cycle just for a couple of minutes here before we try to get Luis on. The Resurrection Lutheran Church Men's Club will host a series of Chili drive-through events on October 20th to 27th and November 3rd, each from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the church located at 1211 West Home Rim Adams Parkway in Godfrey. Proceeds from each event will support relief for Illinois and Missouri flood victims. 2 microwave-safe bowls of chili with crackers will be available for $6. Tickets will be sold for $6 a piece at the drive-thru and can be purchased in advance by calling the church at 618-466-2788 or contacting any men's club member. That number again, 618-466-2788 for $6. 2 bowls of chili for $6, and the money and proceeds garnered from these chili drive-through events on October 20th to 27th and November 3rd all benefit Missouri and Illinois flood relief victims. A really, really important aspect. And hey, in Jersey County, the annual Lucky Duck Derby for the Ambulance Association, QEM Fish Fry, was once again highly successful. The QEM, my brother used to be a firefighter there. Fish Fry is one of the largest fundraisers each year for that group. The Jersey County Against Drugs Coalition, Safety Pup, and Jersey County Sheriff Mike Ringhausen, Grafton Mayor Mike Morrow, and Fire Pup were huge participants in the festivities. Sheriff Ringhausen said supporting causes like this is truly something he finds close to his heart. Sheriff Ringhausen praised Rita Robinson with the Jersey County Against Drugs Coalition for her participation, and Mayor Morrow. It was great that Mayor Morrow was there showing his support, and Rita also played a big role. He said, I feel events like these are a great way to communicate with the public on your stances on things. We are all in this together. The QEM Fire Protection District team and other area fire agencies do such a great job protecting the region. Their busy time is coming with potential fires along the bluff areas, and they deserve our support. Taking a look back here in Alton, the OSF Healthcare St. Anthony's Health Center in Alton has a vision of strengthening the Riverbend community by providing accessible, affordable, high-quality health care to all. In line with that vision, a recently announced strategic affiliation with SSM, Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, and OSF St. Anthony's and OSF Medical Group Pediatrics will be holding a free open house to highlight pediatric events. The event is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, that's September the 17th, at OSF Medical Group Primary Care Office in Godfrey. That's right next to Walmart, 6702 Godfrey Road. Parents can learn about resources and the best practices related to safe sleep, injury prevention, healthy eating, sports care, psychology, and other outpatient services for children. Parents can also learn about how to safely put a car seat in a vehicle. The Alton Police Department will be giving away gun locks to help keep kids safe at home. Free food will also be available. First Mid Bank and Trust has donated 100 bike helmets to be given away. Help Camp Construction has donated 2 bicycles to be given away in a drawing also. OSF St. Anthony's is dedicated to improving the health of Riverbend residents, said Jerry Rump, OSF St. Anthony's president. This open house is designed to raise awareness and help community members improve their health through wellness programs, health education resources, and youth programs and events. And just right outside the building, still here in Alton this week, Illinois American Water is keeping moving down 3rd Street near Max and our building at a quick pace with its new sewer system. And boy, are they ever. Sanitary sewers, and will soon be at the end of the street. Rob Linhart of Max said he is thankful for what will be ahead once Illinois Water is finished with the project. Illinois American Water is installing a new sewer system, a new sanitary sewer in various areas of downtown Alton. It has been years since some of the pipes and sewer areas have been replaced. Linhart said it should make a big difference when Alton encounters flooding or heavy rains. Linhart said the excavating and grading company has been great to work with during these times. I'm amazed at how much they are able to get done in such a short amount of time, Rob Linhart said. Linhart also added that the last 4 years have been tough for Max and other downtown Alton establishments, without a doubt, with the flood, 2 years of COVID-19, and now the massive sewer system work. He said Max has a big event on Saturday, September 24th, and is hopeful part of the project to his convenience store will be completed by then. We have a 60s and 70s class reunion party for Alton High and Marquette classes on that date, he said. I know they are doing what they can to get this part completed, and it will be great when it's finished. But yes, they are working very hard, and definitely want to give them some kudos because they dealt with a lot of pushback. And you know what? The patience of the business owners and community members right here in the downtown area is remarkable. In Edwardsville, let's take one last look at some things happening near us. Health and fitness are a top priority in most people's life, and the exercise coach in Edwardsville aims to make a difference that way for each of their clients. The Edwardsville Chamber of Commerce recently celebrated a ribbon-cutting ceremony with the new business located at 11881 South State Street, Route 157 in Edwardsville. Wendy Gritch, the owner of the exercise coach, said her group is very excited to make a home in Edwardsville. We have had a fabulous response. She said, we use strength training and a whole plan for people to get healthy. My husband and I bought this franchise because we live in the area. We always try to support local businesses. The Edwardsville area is growing fast, and we moved here in 2000 from St. Louis. Back then, she's quoted, we thought we wish there were more restaurants and grocery stores, and now we have them and so much more. We love it here. We have certified exercise coach trainers that are looking at hiring some more. This is a family business with me, my husband, and my daughter. We look forward to being in business here in Edwardsville. The exercise coach stretches The exercise coach stresses 20-minute workouts that are data-driven and led by a certified coach. And here's your forecast for the weekend. 85 degrees for the high today, a low of 63 degrees, and sunny with 5% chance of precipitation. Give me some time. It's only 10:30. On Saturday, September 17th, it's going to be mostly sunny for Applefest. 87 degrees as a high, 63 for the low with mostly sunny skies and precipitation at just 8%. On Sunday, it's going to be mostly sunny and a hot one. 91 degrees for the high, 69 for the low with only 11% chance of rain. And on Monday, it don't get much better than that. 91 again and a low of 69 degrees, mostly sunny and still a very light chance of rain in the forecast. So plan accordingly and get ready, because I saw it on Facebook and I saw it multiple times this week, and every one of you that posted it are absolutely right. We are not at fall yet. We were just at false fall, and now we're ready for the second part of summer, because every year I go, oh, it's time for fall. It's getting beautiful outside, and for 3 weeks it's average to mild at best. And then all of a sudden it goes back up to 95 degrees for 3 days, and then we go into fall. So we're right at false fall. Second summer's next week, and right when we come back, we got more stories to look at in the heart of the Riverbend on the 16th day of September right here in downtown Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Chevy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Chevy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. prices you can trust, and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Oh, it's 10:34, right back here in the heart of the Riverbend on the 16th day of September. Yesterday, you guys really loved Pastor Sonny's conversation with me about the Hamilton Primary School Festival and its historical significance, not only here in our region, but in the country, being one of the first ever integrated schools in our United States. And on the September 24th and September 25th, that weekend, you can go and celebrate that historic school. Live entertainment, great food, tours of the historical school. The Just Say Boo Paranormal Group will set up an information booth on Saturday, and the group will host a school investigation on Saturday evening, and that sounds like a lot of fun. And there's also a bake-off auction on Saturday at 1 p.m., and if you like to enter the bake-off, you got to call 618-535-0342. There's 75 prize raffles, all cash, basket raffles, crafts, vendors, watermelon eating contest, seed spitting contest, coloring contest, outdoor church service on 10:30 on Sunday, and so much more. So make sure you can go back out there and support Pastor Sonny and Hamilton's Primary School Festival, a remarkable institution right here in our own backyard. And hey, I got a question for you guys. I think the topic that I want to get on and want to ask you guys about while we have some time for the next 25 minutes. Do you reread books? So many of us rewatch movies. I'm guilty of it. I only seem to watch the same show. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but Veep with Julie Louis-Dreyfus, fantastic show. I think I've had to have watched the series at least 8 or 9 times now. Add on to The Sopranos on top of it. I think I've watched every episode of The Sopranos 6 times. I am really bad about only watching something I've seen before. I don't know. I just don't like watching new things. I finally saw the Elvis movie. That was fantastic. But other than that, I'm terrible when it comes to it. But reading books has never been my friend. I just can't stay focused for that long. My dad's a big avid reader. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of books that are at our house because of it. And never really asked him if he rereads his books. Do you guys reread books? I don't know. That's my question for you. Comment that in on the comment line. And before I move any further in the show, yesterday, like always, Riverbender posts the on-demand video on the Facebook feed. And every day, if you guys want to check it out, it's normally posted by noon at the latest. But an individual commented very respectfully about how maybe she could come on the show and talk about some of the issues with bullying on school buses and in schools. And I want to make sure that all you guys know that you're more than welcome to call into the show anytime. The phone line, we are going to keep it closed until Monday so I can, reroute some things and make sure that everything sounds good again. But, I want to make sure you guys know, just because I have a guest on that might pertain, to the VFW. Let's say I have, like today, we'll use this for instance. I have the VFW on and the Fly-In Festival individuals, Tim and Dan, on. And, even though there are interviews about their events coming up and some things, there's always time in this show to call in about anything that's on your mind. Listen, there's no rubric here. All I'm doing is just kind of being the liaison for the conversation, right? So if you have something that you want to say, maybe you're maybe unfortunately your nephew, niece, grandson, granddaughter, daughter, son, maybe they're going through some challenges at school and you don't like the way things are being handled, come on the show and talk about it. You don't like the way your streets are looking up there by Main Street, I hear you, because a lot of you guys told me that at the expo. Call the show and vent your frustrations. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to argue with you. This is just your chance to really be heard, and so many times, you have stations and shows that say they're call-in based, but they're trying to, tell you how to feel about a certain topic, or every time you call in, they tell you you're wrong. Now, there's going to be times where I tell you maybe you put the wine down early in the morning and you get back to maybe going for a walk and get recentered, but I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I really just won't, unless you deserve it. So you guys are more than happy to comment on the comment line on Facebook. Watch, share it, make sure people can hear whenever you call into the show. And on Monday, we'll reopen the phone line when I get it rerouted and fixed up, and that's what it's about. So even though it might not be your comment, your concerns might not be relatable to the interviews that we have, it's still all relatable to the show. It's our daily show, and I'm just a part of it, and that's really the truth of it. So anything you guys want to vent about, starting on Monday, please do so. And maybe, like I said, it could deal with anything. Now, there was a couple of texts that came in that I didn't read out over, some of the development going on in the city. And that's because I would rather have you call in for those comments instead of texting in, so I don't paraphrase your text if it's something when it comes to something that's serious. So yes, I wanted to make sure that I got that information out, because so many of you have asked. The floor is yours anytime. If there's not a guest over on this side of the screen, if there's not a guest sitting next to me when Brian's back in here on Monday and running the board for me, you are more than welcome to call in and talk to me. And if you want to yell at me too, there's been some that just don't like me, and I love it. I appreciate the feedback. I only hear it very, very minimally. But you guys are happy to do so too. If you want to yell at me to say I said something wrong, report some breaking news that you saw, you guys are all welcome to be a part of the show. It's our show. Like I said, I'm just kind of the talking head that kind of liaises all the conversation. So yeah, that was my topic for today. Do you rewatch books? Or reread books, not rewatch them. I rewatch them every day. I walk by them and go, yeah, I'm not going to read that today. But wanted to hear from you. Do you reread your books like I rewatch my movies? And hey, I don't know if you guys saw this. A 6-year-old boy in Romania is recovering after his 8-year-old brother tried to remove a marble stuck in his ear by pushing it with a pencil so it would come out the other ear. Is this the statement, boys will be boys? Oh my goodness. Doctors spent hours trying to remove the marble, and they finally were able to do so. And they said the boy's hearing would be okay, but just wanted to make sure that they reiterated to the 6-year-old, the 8-year-old brother, that they cannot push something through the other side of an individual's head. That's a real story in Romania. Thank goodness that boy is going to be okay. But yeah, boys being boys, an 8-year-old brother pushing a marble through the other side of his younger brother's head. Oh, you can't win them all. Hey, an impromptu rodeo broke out in Louisiana, and here's where our All-Star Awards start to come into play. That's right, police and sheriff's deputies in Louisiana participated in an impromptu rodeo when a loose calf was found running loose on a highway. The St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post that deputies and officers from the Covington Police Department responded to Highway 190 on Wednesday when a young cow was spotted in the roadway. Deputies said a woman had been transporting the calf in a makeshift trailer. I want to see a picture of the trailer. On a road near the highway when the trailer gate came open, allowing the bovine to escape. And the calf ran through traffic on the highway before darting into the nearby woods where it was able to elude deputies. Apparently, our deputies are good at catching bad guys, but not so good at catching baby cows. That's a bad statement. I don't like that one. It wasn't punny enough. If you're going to do a pun or you're going to, play with words, at least do a better job than that. I want to laugh when I read these things. Hey, another all-star from an idiot in London that scaled a 1,000-foot skyscraper known as the Shard. And let me tell you something. What an idiot. I've been to London. I've been and seen the Shard. Who would want to scale that? There is no way you could convince me or any way, shape, or form to even climb up an inch of that building. pretty steep. Video posted on social media shows the climber making his way up the 95-story building just after 5:30 near London Bridge Station as police, firefighters, and bystanders watched from the ground. Police say 3 arrests have been made. A 21-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of trespass, while the 2 other men were arrested on suspicion of causing a public nuisance. Metropolitan Police spokesperson told My London, while police have yet to name the climber, Adam Lockwood, a notorious 21-year-old free climber, posted a photo on Facebook that apparently shows himself standing on top of the skyscraper overlooking the city. Wow. Really? That's a pretty good way of incriminating yourself, Adam. Lockwood's previous stunts have included dangling from a 260-foot tall San Siro Stadium in Milan and reportedly posing as a worker to climb a 1,200-foot crane in Dubai. Trains were also delayed due to the incident, according to the outlets. Trains were delayed, and the Shard is a 1,016-foot tall skyscraper designed by an Italian architect, Renzo Piano. It is the tallest building in Western Europe. Adam, you are just an all-star. One more all-star, and a tough one for a Canadian news anchor who was caught swallowing a fly during a recent TV broadcast, but still continued with the reporting. Global News anchor Farah Nasir revealed Monday on her Twitter page the insect had flown into her mouth and included a now viral clip of the incident. After swallowing the fly, Nasir paused, scrunched her face, and gulped, then resumed her news story. What a trooper. The anchor noted in her social media video and her post that the situation was very much so a first world problem, given the story I was introducing. I am sorry, guys. I am still fighting a sinus infection. In a separate interview, she said that the fly buzzing around she saw the fly buzzing around the head of the broadcast, but her biggest concern was the insect potentially flying into the camera lens. The next thing I knew, it was in my throat, Nasir said, noting that she tossed to a colleague earlier than planned because she could not make it through. The fact that you kept reading, Farah, is incredible. You know, no one goes through and talks about the struggles that us broadcasters have to go through. You know, we don't have a tough job, but when something gets serious, it gets pretty intense really quickly. Whether or not, listen, I'll be honest with you guys. Disclaimer, I used to do a lot of the board op running and stuff for the football games for Mizzou and a lot of the March Valley, tournament, the Arch Madness tournament. Good luck trying to go to the bathroom during one of those broadcasts because you ain't leaving the studio for 4 hours. And listen, tiny problem that turns into a big problem real fast. And whether or not it's, running out of water and your throat's dry and you're trying not to cough into the microphone or you're trying not to burp into the microphone, all those things happen. All of them happen. And the fact that Farah was able to keep that fly down her throat until she was able to toss to a colleague, that's pretty impressive. So those are your all-stars for the day. And thanks, Ashley. Love that free climbing story, CJ. You are welcome. And, it's so many times, for Farah, thank you for those comments, too. But also, we have a great prep syndicate that sends us these stories. But, man, Farah, you are an all-star, hun, in the best way possible because you were able to keep a fly down your throat during an entire news story. How incredible. Hey, it's 10:47 right here on this Friday in downtown Alton. Programming note on Monday. We have Deborah Humphrey coming on. She's the executive director of the Madison County Mental Health Board. And really something that's near and dear to my heart is the stigmatization of mental health crises across our country. And they're affecting us right here in our own backyard. Listen, I'm not going to call out the jerk that posted the picture of the individual in distress and tried to make a joke out of it and then decided to apologize in a very half-hearted fashion. I'm not going to call him out. I have no use to mention the individual. But the problem is we have a crisis. We need to figure it out. We need to talk about it. And there are programs in our area that we can use to help people in distress or maybe someone in our family. Listen, this affects all of our lives. And to have Deborah come on, I want to thank Michelle Brooks, who has been fantastic. I told you guys jokingly Michelle, who was a part of the amphitheater commission too, was my saving grace this event season, because every time it was 98 degrees and she's working her butt off with Dan and all those guys, she brought every 5 minutes I had a new bottle of water. Every 5 minutes I had something to eat. She took great care of me, and afterwards we started talking about the mental health crises in our community, and she has been such a huge help in finding us connections and making sure we can have great conversations with people about this terrible thing that's going on. And so if we can do our part in normalizing talking about this, that's pretty near and dear to my heart. And so really looking forward to the conversation with Deborah. Michelle has given us so many great contacts, and we're going to have them on hopefully all next week, and make sure that we can really do our part to have these conversations. Because like I said, no one wants to have these talks. No one wants to have the talks about human sex trafficking that we're going to have next week as well with Meredith. We're rescheduling with her as we speak. But we need to have them. They affect each and every one of our lives in some way, shape, or form. You never know you're going to need the information until you need the information. And, I say that, in my live reads for Sean, but it's the truth. We don't really want to know about this stuff until we need to know about it, and right by then, it's too late. So, Michelle, if you're listening, hon, thank you so much for all the leads that you've been giving me to make sure that our goal and my goal here to raise awareness for some very tough subjects is met. We have fun interviewing people, and we have fun promoting events, and I get to have fun talking to people, and having Chad, Angie, and the post commander in, and having Tim and Dan in today. Great conversations and so much fun. And Sonny and Pat, with Applefest and Hamilton Primary School, but to actually do some more expose type pieces in a way that's not I'm never going to give you my opinion on things. The only thing I'll say, like I told you, is there's a crisis with mental health. But I'm not going to go on this, platform and kind of grandstand it, because I don't know a lot about it. And I'm cool with saying, hey, I don't know too much about this, so let me call somebody that does. And let's all learn together. Because, listen, we're all going to grow together. We're all going to learn together on this show, because if you haven't told yet, well, I can tell you now, there's a lot that I don't know. I know a little bit about a lot of it, and I want to know as much as I can know about all the great and important community-driven programs and organizations in our own backyard, so we can help people when that time comes. So I want to thank you guys again for keeping tuned in to here, and I want to thank so many people for providing us. By the way, we just broke 50 guests on this show on officially 1 month since we broadcasted. I didn't say anything about it today because, those things don't really mean anything. To me personally, the month anniversaries or 6 months or, the year we might have some fun with, but to do this for a month, it feels like we just started yesterday because of how much fun we're having. In almost 53 interviews in 1 month. Wow, that shows one thing, and that's people want to talk about things that pertain to their own backyard. They don't want to hear national news, national political news, that is. They don't want to hear talking points. They don't want to hear talking heads. They want to hear conversations that pertain to them, and we have done so and done a great job for it. And it's not just me. What you guys don't realize is that the content team over at RiverBender.com, right upstairs from me, Dan, Bradley, all those guys, Randy, are just fantastic. They write great stories. They really give an in-depth analysis. They're always accurate, and I never have to worry when it comes to providing news stories and content for the show, because those guys just do such a great job of it. And, it's something that I'm really proud of, and that's why I just, like I said, very happy to be a part of the RiverBender team, and very happy that you guys are always seeming to hang out with me. Like I said, the on-demand feature is doing pretty well, and the live feature is hanging in there too. Hey, it's 10:52. Let's take a quick buffer break and come back and wrap up the week that was in downtown Alton.
Are you in the market for new flooring? No further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
My boy, it's 10:55 on a Friday. We got a couple of minutes left in the heart of the Riverbend. That's the RiverBender building in downtown Alton. And what a great show. You know, we had some great conversations today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. More and more people watching the live stream and really appreciate you guys doing so. Programming notes for next week. On Monday, like I said earlier, Deborah Humphrey is the executive director of the Madison County Mental Health Board. She's going to be joining us to talk about the new suicide prevention, the new suicide hotline number 988. Ooh, I am very sorry, and we're going to talk to her about that. Just Productions is on. See, told you guys about that fly story. It's difficult because you never know whenever you got to sneeze or do something, and then you got to be a statue and act like nothing's bothering you. And it's just impossible. So really, so Farah Hun, thank you for swallowing that fly and making me feel good about myself. Just Productions is a very cool organization, very great dinner theatrical company that does murder mysteries in a very comedic way and makes them really wholesome for the whole family. And we're going to have on Leslie with Just Productions on Tuesday. Hey, Friday, Laura Patton from Old Bakery Beer Company is going to join us. And Dan Herkert's going to be on next week, along with hopefully Alex Nagy to get those recaps. We had to push those off a couple of days, and I want to apologize for all of you, to all of you for that, because we wanted to get them on this week, but things happened and we had to reschedule. So all good over on this end on this 16th day of September. Hope you guys have a great weekend. There's so much to do in the heart of the Riverbend, and really so much to do next weekend, whether it's this weekend with the Apple Fest or next weekend in Bethalto or Otter Creek. You got a lot to choose from, and I'm so glad that people feel comfortable enough to come on this show and talk about it and promote it. Woo! Time to go play some golf, and I apologize to anyone on the other side of the fairway. It's going to be a great weekend in downtown Alton and in the Riverbend. I'll see you back here on Monday. So on that note, you have a great day, and try your best to stay out of jail.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles. Quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation